Long, long ago, in a house that overlooked a beautiful garden, lived a childless couple. They prayed to God every day to bless them with a child. One day, they found that God had answered their prayers. They were at long last going to have a baby. Their days passed in happiness, but alas, the wife fell ill. She would eat nothing, and the husband was so worried that she would waste away. He tried to tempt her with many good things, but she refused everything.
"But you must eat something, my dear,"
he begged her.
There is a herb called Rapunzel in the garden next door. I will feel better if I eat that,"
she said. The husband's heart sank when he heard her. This garden was owned by a wicked witch who would let no one enter. But he loved his wife very, very much, and so, with a pounding heart, he decided to go into the garden at the time when the witch was away. One day, finding an appropriate time, he went into the garden. He had managed to pluck the herb out of the ground, and was about to leave when the wicked witch came back.
"You thief! How dare you enter my garden?"
She screamed. She threatened to put a curse on him. He fell at her feet and begged,
Please, please don't curse me. If my wife doesn't eat this herb, she's going to have a baby, and she's very ill."
The witch stopped to think a while.
"I will let you go on one condition. You will give me the baby after it's born."
The poor man had no other way out but to agree with her. He took the herb to his wife, and miraculously she soon recovered and gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. But, as per the agreement, the witch came to take the baby away. She took Rapunzel, for that's what she named her, far away and locked her in a high tower. The tower had no doors or stairs. There was only one window on the top. The only person whom Rapunzel ever saw was the wicked witch. Rapunzel grew up to become a beautiful woman with pretty eyes and a beautiful voice, and her golden hair grew very, very, very long. All day long, when Rapunzel was alone, she would sing and weep. Every day the wicked witch came to the tower with food. She stood at the bottom of the tower and shouted,
"Rapunzel! Rapunzel! Rapunzel! Let down your hair!"
Rapunzel would drop down her long braided hair through the window. The witch would use the hair as a rope to climb into the tower. One day, a handsome prince was passing by and heard her sing. He fell in love with her voice, and unknown to all who came to the tower every day to hear her sing. One day the prince saw the witch climbing up the tower using Rapunzel's hair. The next day the prince too called out to Rapunzel.
"Let down your hair,"
he said. The prince climbed to the top of the tower. After that, the prince came to meet Rapunzel every night. Alas, the witch soon discovered the prince with Rapunzel. She pushed him from the tower onto a thorny bush, making him blind. She banished Rapunzel into the desert, far, far away. Many years passed. The blind prince wandered alone and finally reached the same desert. One day, he heard a familiar voice singing. Following the sound, he found her. They hugged each other in joy. Tears of happiness rolled down Rapunzel's cheeks. As the tears fell onto the prince's eyes, he regained his vision as if by magic. The prince took Rapunzel to his kingdom, and they lived happily ever after.